Hey guys, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. So what I was seeing in the pre-shuffle was the Sun and the Four of Cups. I want to see what the first card is though that comes out. You could stop for a moment and feel like there's something to reflect on. We're starting off with the Magician. This is about where you're putting your attention, where you're putting your focus, what you're intending to do as well, what you want to experience, what you want to create, what you want to protect even. Seven of Wands here. You may need to be resourceful and proactive with something and be protective over, protective. Maybe something that you're trying to manifest is being challenged in some way. I get the feeling like, just an example, sometimes we may have a goal in mind of something we want to experience, something we want to accomplish, something that we want to manifest, and we can have people in our lives that would be challenging that, and they may not even be aware of that. For example, like let's say that you decided that you don't want to eat sweets. Okay, this is just the easiest thing that I can think of. You don't want to eat sweets for some reason, like for a week, okay? And you're with your friends and they keep like pushing you to eat stuff that's like not in line with this diet that you've picked out for yourself. And it's not like they're purposely trying to sabotage you, but it may be something where you sort of have to be like, no, and stand your ground. Like, no, I'm trying to make this happen. I feel like whatever this is that you're trying to manifest, it feels like it's being challenged in some way where guides are like, how badly do you want this? That doesn't mean it's not possible, not by any means. I feel like it's just, like, how fervent are you about this? Does it matter that much to you that, like, you really are trying to do this? Because I feel like things are coming through that may be a bit of a distraction you could feel. You sticking to what you're trying to do here, regardless of who's challenging that, it seems like that's the challenge here. We have the Devil popping up. Yeah, I feel like we can still keep using this example. The Devil's like that chocolate cake that's like, hey, don't you want me? Don't you want to eat me? And you have to be over here like, no, I said that I wasn't going to do that. I feel like this is just sticking to what it is that you said you were going to stick to for you. It's like, if you really want to make this possible, you need a focused, committed effort here. It can also be, like, maybe there's a relationship that you're trying to manifest and something could be, like, challenging or distracting or taking away from that, too. And you want to stay focused. The Devil, I feel like the Devil is a temptation. That's how I'm reading it here. Ooh, we have the Magician and the Empress together. So this is something that you would, like, your intention for manifesting this thing, excuse me, your intention for manifesting this thing is really to bring something into your life that feels empowering to you, to allow something into your life that feels empowering to you. Having Mercury and Venus together, having Mercury and Venus together, it can be about communicating within our relationships. It can be the type of communication that we're having. It can be like also relationships being on your mind, thinking about what matters to you, thinking about your values. Having Venus and Mercury together is very creative as well. I feel like something is a little bit tricky emotionally for you. Like having the Empress, okay, having the Empress and the Nine of Swords can be, it can almost be this feeling of like trying to stay strong or wanting to stay strong, but having a hard time with something. But this can feel like stuff that's happening outwardly that's coming towards you. But I'm getting that, and you may feel tired at this point, but I'm getting that this is going to work. Whatever strategy this is that you use, I'm seeing it's going to work. So you go from like trying to stand your ground with something here, being like, I don't know if this is even going to do anything. I'm feeling a little weak over here. But then we have this. So, sorry, I gotta cover it up for censorship. We have the Chariot. So that means that something may be like really messing with you mentally, but that you're going to overcome this. Your game plan is going to be successful. I feel like you've also really been wanting a clean slate as well, which seems like that's what this is leading to. Definitely has to do with matters of the heart, for sure. Having the Chariot next to the Fool here. But you may be doing things a little bit differently than you normally do. Just being open and patient as you're working through something. Because I feel like you're like weaning yourself off of something that had been, like you'd been giving your power to this. And it seems like that's where this like inner rumbling or conflict is coming from. To have the Devil and to have Temperance, it's like something that you may be attached to, that it's going to take some time, but you're going to cut those cords. And I'm seeing this, you know, when we're starting something new and it can feel intimidating and scary, you may be tempted to fall back on old patterns or behaviors that felt comforting to you, because like what the Devil is something that can be like pacifying for us. It's our sort of attempt to rebalance something that we feel is out of balance. And so like it makes sense why the Devil comes up for us. It's like an attachment that we have to something because we feel like we're lacking that within our lives. And so we try to fill it with something like superficial materially that may do something for us in a moment, but then long term, I'm hearing is going to strike you. So I just feel like there will be repercussions long term, that it'll be like, I wish I had gotten away from that, or I sort of like gave myself over to this thing. But anyway, having the Devil and having Temperance here, this is like slowly titrating yourself, like weaning yourself off of this, and that with patience and perseverance, you will be able to pull apart from this thing that may be feeling quite intense right now. But I get that you want to do things like in a new way or a different way here. Like, I really get this vibe having the Chariot next to the Fool, which is Cancer and Uranus together. When we think of Cancer, we think about our emotions, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and also Cancer is connected with things that feel comforting to us and comfortable to us, and how we work through things and how we show up for ourselves emotionally and stay true to what's going on for us. And having Uranus there, it can be like a different intuitive approach. It can be a different emotional approach to things. It can be opening our hearts to something, having the Chariot and the Fool here, in the face of a somewhat challenging situation that may feel quite uncomfortable, because I feel like you're attempting to separate from something that was sort of like a safety net for you before, but it was something that you didn't see as being particularly healthy. It was out of balance in some way, and that's why, because the devil isn't just a material thing that you're trying to fill a space with without there being repercussions. The devil is like, this needs to be addressed because it's out of line, out of alignment for sure, and it will be one's downfall too. So that's why it's like knowing where this will lead. So yeah, I am seeing you like really making this effort, Magician and the Empress. It's like to manifest things right now, or to show up right now within the situation that you're in a way that feels empowering to you, where you're like, wow, I really like how I showed up. Wow, I feel like that was super genuine how I did that. And I'm seeing you struggle a little bit because you may not have shown up like this before, and you may have had other ways that you showed up in the past where you were like, I want to change and I want to transform that and I want to do it differently, because you know where that led you in the past, where you may have felt like you got into situations that maybe scratched an itch. However, it was something that you looked at and you were like, if I were actively like healing from this or working on this, I wouldn't find myself in these situations anymore. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm getting too that some of you experience super, super strong emotions. I'm getting like really strong moon energy. For those of you that have like water and fire moons especially, it can be a bit challenging sometimes to work with those energies. There are other placements that can do it too, but I just feel like water and fire can be quite intense for the moon. So anyway, I'm seeing definitely a lot going on emotionally for you, but needing to sort of keep doing what you're doing here, and that strategy is going to work for you. So it's like being able to witness what you're going through emotionally and be like, but we're still going to do it. It's kind of like talking to yourself in that way. Because I'm seeing that's like the only barrier right now. It's like this little... Well, it feels like more than just a bump in the road. I'm seeing this be like a karmic cycle that you're breaking, where it's going to allow you to break out into a new energy. But it just feels like some very big, deep, like karmic cycle stuff is coming up for you, and you're gonna do it a different way this time. And so this is going to be a different situation rather than a repeat situation of what you've already been through. But you're at that point where it's like, is it going to go back to how it was before, or is it going to be a new energy and we're going to be doing it differently this time? Is this going to be a repeat cycle, or am I really manifesting a new cycle, a different type of cycle, something else that I want to be experiencing? So that's sort of where the road is splitting here, and that's why it's so difficult right now, because you have these two sides sort of like fighting. It's like the old way versus attempting to do things a new way, and you know how uncomfortable that is to sort of carve out this new path, but that's exactly what's happening right now. All right? Some of you, this is childhood stuff that's coming up for you that's still been impacting you. I'm looking at Mercury, Venus, Capricorn, Cancer, Uranus, Sagittarius. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.